Imagine this, you're sailing, sun on your face, wind in your hair. Suddenly a loud bang, your boat's taking on water, panic sets in, but don't let fear take the helm. Remember, you're tougher than you think. The first rule of the ocean, never give up. So buckle up, grab your life jacket, and let's dive into sea survival. First things first, your survival kit is your lifeline. Essentials: food, water, first aid, flares. Water is your #1 priority. Grab as much fresh water as you can carry, then food and signaling devices. For now, grab what you can and let's get you safely onto that life raft. You've made it onto the life raft. Good job. Time to take inventory. Water, food, first aid. Ration your supplies carefully. We're aiming for the long haul. Keep essential items dry with waterproof bags. Stay organized and keep your wits about you. Now think about getting rescued. Use your VHF radio or EPIRB if you have them. Flares are hard to miss, but use sparingly. A signal mirror can reflect sunlight over vast distances. Persistence and visibility are key. Keep at it and don't give up hope. Your life raft is your sanctuary. Cover up to protect from the sun. Use any dry clothes or blankets for warmth. Rig up a makeshift rain catcher to collect rainwater. Treat your raft with care and keep it organized. A little ingenuity can transform even the most dire situation. The saltwater siren is tempting but deadly. Drinking seawater leads to dehydration and serious health issues. Collect and purify rainwater. Look for unexpected sources of hydration like fish. Survival is about adapting and utilizing available resources. Stay smart and resist the call of seawater. Surviving at sea is about more than just physical necessities. Ration your food and water carefully. Stay busy to keep your mind occupied and spirits up. An active mind is a resilient mind. Stay positive and never give up hope. People have survived against all odds, and so can you. The mental battle can be tougher than the physical. Accept your situation and focus on the present moment. Establish a routine for normalcy and purpose. Positive memories can be a powerful source of strength. Your mind is your most valuable tool. Keep it sharp and focused on getting home. The elements are formidable opponents. Protect yourself from the sun with shade and clothing. Stay dry to avoid hypothermia. Keep your raft stable and minimize exposure to wind and waves. Change into dry clothes as soon as possible. Your life raft is your first line of defense. Use a canopy or tarp to create shelter. Prioritize comfort and insulation inside your shelter. Ensure proper ventilation to avoid condensation. Personalize your shelter to keep spirits up, and remind yourself you're in control. We've covered the importance of shelter and staying dry, but let's not forget about another crucial aspect of weathering the elements: temperature regulation. The sea is a fickle mistress, capable of dishing out scorching sun one minute and bone-chilling winds the next. Your mission? Stay one step ahead of Mother Nature. We've already discussed the dangers of the sun and the importance of shade, but even in the shade, it's crucial to stay cool. Remember, dehydration is your enemy, and sweating buckets in the relentless heat won't do you any favors. So, what's a castaway to do? First, slow down, conserve your energy. Avoid strenuous activity during the hottest parts of the day. Think of it as an enforced siesta, doctor's orders. Second, stay hydrated. Sip water regularly, even if you don't feel particularly thirsty. Now let's talk about the flip side, staying warm. Even in tropical waters, the nights can get chilly, especially if you're wet. And if you find yourself in colder climates, well, let's just say hypothermia is a real and present danger. So, how do you combat the cold? Layers, my friend, layers. Remember those dry clothes we talked about? Now's the time to put them to good use. Several layers of clothing will trap heat more effectively than one thick layer. And if you have a waterproof outer layer, even better. It'll keep the wind and spray at bay. Remember, staying comfortable in extreme temperatures is all about being proactive and resourceful. Listen to your body, adapt to the changing conditions, and never underestimate the power of a little ingenuity. After all, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Alright, we've tackled the sun, the wind, the waves, we've built ourselves a cozy little sea leg fort, and we're feeling pretty good. But there's one opponent we haven't tackled yet, one that's even more relentless than the elements' thirst. Out here on the open sea, surrounded by billions of gallons of water, it's ironic, isn't it? The one thing you desperately need is the one thing you can't have, a tall, refreshing glass of drinkable water. Remember that alluring temptress, the saltwater siren? She's lurking everywhere, whispering promises of relief. Don't listen to her, folks. Drinking seawater is like trying to extinguish a fire with gasoline. It'll only make things worse. But you might say, I'm parched. My tongue feels like sandpaper and my throat is drier than a popcorn fart. Surely a little sip won't hurt. Wrong. Remember, seawater is a devious minx. It tricks your body into thinking it's getting hydrated, but in reality, it's sucking the moisture right out of you. So, what's the solution? How do we quench our thirst in this watery wasteland? Well, fear not, my parched comrades. Where there's a will, and a Bear Grylls survival guide, there's a way. Let's dive into the wonderful world of finding fresh water at sea. Remember that makeshift rain catcher we rigged up earlier? That, my friends, is our lifeline. Out here on the open ocean, rain isn't just precipitation. It's a gift from the heavens, a sweet symphony of salvation. Now I know what you're thinking, but what if it doesn't rain? What if I'm stuck in a meteorological desert? Don't lose hope just yet. Even in the driest conditions, there's always a chance of a passing shower. And when that glorious moment arrives, you better be ready to capture every precious drop. Check your tarp for tears or holes, and make sure it's angled properly to funnel the water into your collection container. Speaking of containers, use anything you can find, buckets, bowls, even those empty water bottles. They're not so useless now, are they? But hold your seahorses, folks. Before you start guzzling down that rainwater like it's going out of style, remember one crucial step: purification. Rainwater can be full of microscopic critters and pollutants that can turn your celebratory sip into a one-way ticket to tummy trouble city. Filter it. Use purification tablets. Whatever method you have available, make sure that water is as pure as a polar bear's backside before you even think about drinking it. Remember, safety first, especially when it comes to something as essential as water. Rainwater is our primary target, no doubt about it. But what if those rain clouds are being stingy? What if Mother Nature decides to turn off the faucet? Well, my resourceful rogues, it's time to get creative, to think outside the water bottle, to embrace our inner Bear Grylls. Remember those fish we might have caught? Well, they're not just a tasty source of protein. They're also swimming water balloons. Fish flesh contains fluids that, while not exactly Evian, can help supplement your water intake. It might sound a bit gruesome, but hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. And don't forget about those seabirds. They might be circling overhead, but they're also potential sources of hydration. Their blood, while not the most appetizing cocktail, can provide essential fluids in a pinch. Now, I'm not suggesting you become a vampire of the high seas, but if the opportunity presents itself, well, you know what to do. And if all else fails, keep your eyes peeled for any floating debris. A stray coconut, a piece of bamboo with trapped rainwater. You never know what treasures the ocean might deliver to your doorstep. Remember, survival is all about resourcefulness, about seeing opportunity where others see only despair. So keep your chins up, your eyes peeled, and your minds open to the possibilities. The ocean might seem like a vast and unforgiving wilderness, but with a little ingenuity and a whole lot of determination, we can conquer even the thirstiest of situations. We've tackled the elements, outsmarted thirst, and even learned to appreciate the subtle flavors of fish juice. But now comes the real test of endurance, making those precious supplies last. Remember those energy bars and cans of beans? They might seem like a feast right now, but without careful rationing, they'll disappear faster than a toupee in a hurricane. Think of it like this. You're on a budget, a survival budget, and every bite, every sip counts. Divide your food and water into daily rations and stick to them like a barnacle to a ship's hull. It's all too easy to overindulge on day one, only to find yourself sucking on an empty water bottle and dreaming of seaweed salad on day 3. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're asking a hungry man to ration? That's like asking a shark to go vegan. Listen, I get it, but trust me on this one. Rationing isn't about deprivation, it's about outsmarting hunger. It's about stretching those supplies as far as they'll go, about transforming scarcity into a strategic advantage. And here's a little trick of the trade: eat small, frequent meals. This helps keep your energy levels stable and prevents those stomach-rumbling hunger pangs from driving you crazy. Remember, slow and steady wins the race, especially when you're racing against an empty stomach in the middle of the ocean. The real battle is fought between your ears. Loneliness, fear, boredom, these insidious foes can erode your spirit, but fear not, my fellow castaways. With mental fortitude, we can turn this challenge into a masterclass in mindfulness. Accept your situation. Focus on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and attitude. Every crisis is an opportunity to test your limits and discover hidden strength. Establish a routine. Create a daily schedule for normalcy and purpose. Reflect on positive memories. They can be a lifeline, fueling your determination to return home. Talk to yourself. Verbalizing thoughts helps process them and maintain a sense of connection. Alright, we're feeling good. We've got our rations sorted, our minds are sharp, and we're practically radiating positivity. But there's one more skill that can tip the scales in our favor: navigation. Basic navigation is within everyone's reach. Observe the sun's position, the wind and wave patterns. If you have a compass, even better. Look for signs of land, ships, or seabirds. Knowledge is power. Even basic navigation can make a difference. So, there you have it, adventurers. We've covered everything from gathering supplies to building 5-star raft shelters, well, maybe 4-star, given the limited amenities. We've even delved into the culinary delights of fish juice and mastered the art of rationing a single biscuit like it's the Hope Diamond. But here's the thing about survival: the real secret weapon I'm about to share. It's not just about the gear, the rations, or even the knowledge. It's about something far more powerful, something that resides within each and every one of us. It's that indomitable human spirit, that refusal to give up, that unwavering belief that even in the darkest depths, a flicker of hope can ignite a bonfire of resilience. Remember, the ocean demands respect, but it also rewards those who meet its challenges head-on. It's a test of character, a crucible that forges strength, resourcefulness, and an unbreakable will to live. And trust me, when you come out on the other side, battered but unbroken, you'll have a tale to tell, a testament to the extraordinary capabilities of the human spirit. I'll leave you with a story, a true tale of survival against all odds. A few years back, a lone sailor found himself adrift in the Pacific Ocean after his boat capsized in a storm. Lost, alone, and with only a meager supply of food and water, his situation seemed utterly hopeless. But this sailor, he had that spark, that will to live. He rationed his supplies meticulously, kept his spirits up by singing sea shanties to the passing dolphins, and never, ever gave up hope. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. His skin was scorched by the sun, his body ravaged by hunger and thirst, but his spirit remained unbroken. And then one day, a miracle occurred. A fishing vessel, miles off course, spotted a glint of sunlight reflecting off something in the distance. It was, of course, our tenacious sailor, signaling SOS with the battered lid of a tin can. He was rescued, emaciated but alive, a testament to the unyielding power of the human spirit. So, remember this story, my friends. Remember the sailor who stared down despair and emerged victorious. Remember that within you lies the same wellspring of strength, the same capacity for courage and resilience. If you enjoyed this story and want more survival tips, please like and subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there.